Hello and welcome to episode 21 of Hungry Dads. I'm Rod Budget.
I'm Hugh Gallen. So Rod, when I was a little boy, I have a clear memory of one time where I think it was maybe I was blowing out my birthday candles and I made a wish. And the reason I remember this so well is because after I made the wish, my mom asked me, "What did you wish for?" And I said, "Well, if I tell you, the wish won't come true." And she convinced me that you can tell your mother and it might, and it won't ruin the wish. So I told her what my wish was. And the wish was that I wanted to try every type of cereal in the entire world.
That's an amazing wish. Wow, you're way more creative than I was. I wished for a baseball glove.
It was a sincere wish, and I really remember after telling my mom being a little embarrassed because she goes, "Wait, what?" Because I think she expected to hear baseball glove or something normal.
She was horrified.
And I remember thinking, okay, maybe that was an odd wish, but to this day I stand by it.
I want to give you my Rod Budget movie snacking strategies. There are some people who like to sneak in their food versus buying it.
It's funny, when you talk about sneaking the food in, the first thing that comes to my mind is my mother. My mother was essentially a saint in every way and was a rule follower, as am I. But one of the rare things that she would do that was a clear violation of the rules was sneaking food into movie theaters. And I mean, she was a master at it. Not only would she save money by bringing things in, but she would save money by preparing little baggies at home. She wouldn't go to the store and buy a bag of M&Ms for 50 cents or $1. She would actually make up baggies of raisins and peanuts and M&Ms in a Ziploc, or I don't even think she would buy Ziplocs. I think she'd buy normal baggies and tie it off with a piece of yarn, and that would be our movie theater treat. And this is what would get into the theater. And I always got a warning before we went in, which was don't stand in line and ask for your snack because we're not allowed to have it. We don't want to get in trouble. I remember remarking to myself, well, if it's not allowed, how are we doing this? I mean, my mom's supposed to be teaching me right from wrong. And it was one of the rare times where I feel like I was encouraged to join in on a conspiracy or a lie with my parents. And I actually got really nervous in the movie theater line with this situation to the point where now I'm with you. I don't sneak food in. I'm actually scared to death of the whole scenario. I have one memory of they actually checked bags and purses. My family and I were going to see Dances with Wolves, and they checked the bags, and I was scared out of my mind because I knew that there was a bag of peanuts and raisins in my mom's bag. Somehow, by a miracle, they let us pass. I don't know what happened, but I was a mess.
That's actually the one thing about sneaking in that I do like. It's wrong. Hey, if you ever get caught.
And forget just getting into the movie, through the movie line. Once you're in the theater, I always feel like there's an usher over my shoulder and he's going to see me with that unauthorized food. I can't enjoy my food or my movie with that kind of monkey on my back. So I'll just go by the rules. I'll buy my popcorn, I'll buy my snacks on premises and enjoy them guilt-free.
Even Kevin Costner's masterful performance in Dances with Wolves could not be enjoyed by one Hugh Gallen.
On Thanksgiving meals, let's step away from the turkey for a second and talk about side dishes, or in particular, one side dish that came from my family and my mother, and it was something that was always on our Thanksgiving table. It was lime jello with pineapples, walnuts inside, and a large dollop of Miracle Whip on top. Rod, have you ever heard of this?
Wait, Miracle Whip's on top of the jello?
Yes.
That is, wow, that's news to me.
Honestly, I have a taste for it. I had to speak with my mother about what this was, whether it was a false memory, a joke, or perhaps my mother is just insane. I recorded my conversation with my mother, and I'd like to play it for our listeners right now.
Mom looked up a Jello salad in the cookbook, and that's the one she came up with.
I didn't stop there, though. There's still some. My mom had some more information to share.
You know how Waldorf salad? Well, that's a takeoff on a Waldorf salad.
Okay.
But I mean, she didn't make it up.
You got a little defensive there, it sounds like.
Right. So now she's kind of really, she's invoking a known thing, the Waldorf salad, and saying, well, this is a takeoff on a Waldorf salad. Now, I looked up Waldorf salad, and a Waldorf salad is apples, celery, walnuts, over lettuce with a mayonnaise dressing. Again, what I'm talking about here is lime jello with pineapple, walnuts, and Miracle Whip.
Yeah, it's definitely a stretch.
So I appreciate what my mom's trying to do here, but she actually moved further away from credibility with this. So I did ask her about where Miracle Whip came from. Right, but and it was Miracle Whip. Do you know if it was Miracle Whip originally or like mayonnaise or either? Do you know?
It was probably mayonnaise, I would imagine. Okay. It might not have been anything.
Right.
Because it looked pretty when you put the white and then some paprika on.
Right. Did you catch that end part? What my mom said was you put the white Miracle Whip and then it looks pretty when you throw the paprika on it. This is lime jello with Miracle Whip and, yes, a dash of paprika. In the lunchroom in 2nd grade, my friend Kenny and I invented Mush Mush. Mush Mush was basically a pyramid scheme of potato chips. We would take an empty baggie, maybe contribute a potato chip or two, and then implore everyone else to contribute some of their chips. We'd take the collection and mush it all up into a fine, multi-flavored chip powder. All contributors got a taste, but then in the end, most of it was left over for me and Kenny. This was identified by a few of my classmates as a scam. Mush Mush became a phenomenon. But our scam grew too big and word got out. The authorities, the lunchroom monitors, learned about Mush Mush and shut down the whole operation. Now, in my defense, everyone else's actions were voluntary. Nobody was forced to contribute their chips. Although admittedly, the peer pressure was pretty high once the scheme got rolling.
Hungry Dads! Visit our website at hungrydads.com. Follow us on Twitter at hungry_dads. This has been a Hungry Dads production.